Jalen, when did you first start feeling really comfortable, with ACC basketball?
I always felt comfortable in my head with ACC basketball. It was just about being comfortable in my body. Just like I've said a couple times, I'm just feeling a lot healthier. So that also helps my comfortability out there on the floor, which just allows me to play my game.
When did the injury actually go away and you were actually 100%?
I The injury's like still ongoing. It's just a matter of getting everything back together. But I mean, I'm almost 100% now.
Blake's spoken up for you guys a lot throughout the season, and then you guys were kind of joking after the Duke game about him taking you under wing. What ways has he challenged you, maybe in practice or in person, just to be better, and how have you grown from that?
He challenges us every day, no matter what we're doing, on and off the court. Because, like he says to y'all, like he doesn't see us as just freshman guards. He sees us as ACC guards, and he wants us to rise to that level of play. So he pushes us in everything we do. He's the most vocal leader out there we know, and I mean he leads by example. So of course we try and follow.
Is there times where like it took time to adjust to his leadership style, or moments you were like, whoa, that's different, or like a welcome to college basketball type of moment?
No, I'm used to it. Especially teammates, I know where he comes from, so we know where we want to go, what we want to do. So having that leader just tell us what we need to do, how to pick ourselves up. That's all we need.
Zack, was that play you made when you saved the air ball to throw it to Ish? I mean, you've made a lot of probably athletic plays throughout your life, but is that one of the better ones you think you've made?
Yeah, I feel like just, the circumstance and how the game was going, I feel like that was a big play. I feel like, yeah. Go ahead.
What's through your mind when you're after that happened? Are you ever amazed, like, wow, I can't believe I just pulled that one off?
Nah, I'm not really amazed. I thought it was just an easy play to make for me.
Are you amazed when he does that?
I'm not amazed. I've seen this
Yeah.
dude's athletic ability every day.
It's not the first time I said his air ball before.
Oh,
So
Okay, let's calm down. Nah, I'm not surprised at his athletic ability, his willingness to do what needs to be done.
Zack, what was practice like this week? After two big wins, do you feel like you guys are playing with a little more confidence now?
practice was just like last week. Ain't nothing really changed. Everybody's going hard. Coach is putting it on us. Make sure we forget about last week. Today's a new week. We got a big game Saturday at Miami.
Zack, as big as the win was against Duke, what does it tell you about this group that you followed it up against Georgia Tech and played the right way?
It just shows that we're maturing a lot. Especially at the start we had. Winning that game against Duke, Coach had us, told us Coach K has this thing where like 95% of the teams who beat Duke end up losing the next game. And he just told us about that. He said, don't be them. And we just went in with the mentality of not being them, being the 5% that wins the game after. And that's what we did.
This is actually for both of you guys. Just looking at the ACC right now, there's two teams that have kind of been dominating, and they're in the top 10. And then there's Clemson, who's in the bracketology mix, looks to be a lock for the tournament. But after that, there's really not like a fourth solid team in the standings, and that seems to be the battle right now between you and like 7 other teams. How do you guys pay attention to what other teams are doing at this point in the year? Are you looking to see how NC State's doing, or Virginia Tech, or Miami? Or are you just completely worried about yourselves?
Me personally, I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I kind of watch and see just because, I'm going to watch the games, study our opponents, just trying to see what everybody's at. But I don't really check the standings. I'm more like watching the games. Obviously you watch the games, they're going to show the conference record and all that. But that's really me.
Yeah, I definitely pay attention. I watch. I'm a basketball guru, so anytime an ACC game comes on, I definitely tune in and watch how everybody else is doing. I notice how everybody else is doing in conference, wins, losses, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I just know that it's just us. We have to do what we need to do, and if we keep doing what we need to do, then we'll be fine.
I was just when you watch that, do you watch that critically, where you're looking for tendencies in games, or are you just kind of watching?
No, I watch for future reference, for us to have an upper hand next time we play them. I see little things, just like film basically.
Yeah.
But it's fun, but it's film at the same time. You want to watch a good basketball game, but at the same time we know that we're going to play some of these teams and that we need to get ready for them.
To build off of that, it's there because every coach will say, "Oh, we're only worried about ourselves." But there is value in knowing how your opponents are trending, right?
Yeah.
How they're they just lost to Louisville, like they might be going through something, or they're going to be extra hungry. You know, there's value in that, right?
Yeah, no doubt. You as basketball players, we tend to see that. We know how other players think, also how teams think. If they lose this game, like this next game, they're really coming after us. They know they got to win, things like that. So we pay attention.
You sit there with a legal pad and take notes when you're watching games?
I might not pen and paper it, but I'll mark it in my head. Maybe write it down in my notes. Maybe talk to my dad about it. Yeah.
Zach, do you take pride on doing all the dirty stuff?
Yeah, I take pride in doing it, man. It's fun to me, just doing the little things, just playing defense, you know, going the extra mile, just saving the ball, being hustle plays. Because at the end of the day, every team needs that. And for us to win, we know that everybody, not just me, but everybody got to make the hustle plays and winning plays.
Jaland, are you surprised that people still don't know you're left-handed?
No BS.
I mean, hey, however they wanna play it, they can play it. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
That right hand
Guys
strong.
take a game off the left, like
I don't know.
is that in your head constantly?
No.
Cap.
I just try to do what's more comfortable for me out on the court.
You, Ish, and Bub combined for either scoring every basket or assisting every basket in the second half against Georgia Tech. That hadn't been a thing for you guys this season. Is that an added boost of confidence that you're like, hey, if Blake's in foul trouble, we can run the offense with it?
Yeah, we've talked with each other. We know how the game and how tides shift quickly, especially if Blake's in trouble or if he's not having his best night. We know us guards have to pick it up, and we have no problem with it. We hold each other accountable. Teammates trust us, so we're fine.
Going back to that question about the dirty work, was that not really your role at High Point? Was that something you had to adjust to and learn how to do?
I mean, it wasn't really much of an adjustment, I'd say, because it's kind of like towards my role in high school when I was at Winston Prep, because I was surrounded by four talented guards, and I was the big, as you can say. So it's kind of like that. It's just being a winning basketball player. Just want to be a winner at this level.
For both of you guys, you took a little bit of a slump in this 3-game road streak that you're on right now. What's something we said for team bonding? You go on the road and you're going against the crowd. Does that help you, motivate you at all?
Yeah, I think it's fun going on the road and winning in a hostile environment, which we have done the last 3 games. And then just, being together in the hotel, it's fun. A lot of 2K winning going on. Just team bonding, stuff like that. It's cool being on the road with these guys.
Is it still 2K14?
Yo, you know.
Oh my God.
J-Lo, tell them what happened. It got bad for J-Lo.
It did.
Quit in the second quarter.
You guys don't have enough NIL money to get like a PS5 or something?
Until you play 2K14,
Okay.
then you'll know why we still play 2K.
No, like.
You gotta
Oh,
get
that's the thing,
P4.
though.
You
That's
gotta
the
get
thing,
P4
though.
one.
But wait, he also has a P3.
I also have P3.
So, like, it's not about the new games nowadays. It's about playing the old games with
He's
these
got a
guys.
decade of experience.
Yeah.
in games.
Yeah, he's old.
I feel it.
He's old. He's old.
How old were you in
Everybody's
2014?
old. You, Jaland.
2014? Yeah, everybody's old
Yeah,
to
you were
me.
8 years old, right? You were in
Yeah.
third
I'm
grade.
saying,
was-
look at his face.
Jaland, how important has Ish been these past 2 games? Obviously big performances, but how important has he been for you guys in these victories?
Super important, man. Ish is a humongous factor. We lean on that guy a lot. We lean on him a lot because we expect so much out of him, and he delivers for us every time. We count on that guy. That's who me and Bub, when we're in trouble, that's the older guy, big bro that we look at because he was there from the beginning. He's been through some college basketball experience. So when we're in a tough situation and we look to Ish, I mean, we can count on him.
Is he kind of like the Zack of the guards, meaning he does a little bit of everything? He'll do all the dirty work. He'll do whatever is needed.
Yeah, Ish will do whatever is needed because he knows what it he knows what it takes at this level, and he wants to win as bad as everybody else does. Probably even more just from his past experiences. So I know he really wants to win out there, and he'll do whatever it takes.
He told us that the message from Jeff on down after heading into Duke was enough is enough, and you guys had to step up. What's been the message this week now that you're coming out of those road wins?
Basically that what happened this past week on this road trip, we can learn and build from it, but we also got to put it in the past because it's a whole new week. It's we're not playing those teams anymore. It's a whole new conference schedule ahead of us, and we got to do what we have to do. We can't we can't rely on just saying, "Oh, we beat these teams," stuff like that. We've tried to prove to ourselves that we can hang at the top and that we need to go win the rest of these games.
Is Miami the most versatile, maybe even deepest backcourt you guys have had to prepare for this year?
I think the ACC has a lot of versatile backcourts. I watch a lot. There's so many great guards and backcourts in this league that I can't really say that anybody's the best.
The West Virginia series just got extended today. What did you guys think of the atmosphere down there? Would you like to go back? You looking forward to going back in there in a couple of years?
West V? Yeah, I'm ready. I loved it down there. It was great.
It was real fun.
What was fun about it?
Winning.
Yeah, winning. It's like the second home.
Yeah.
Jalen, how much is your dad, now that we're in midseason, how much does your dad tell you, or does he leave the coaching?
Nah, he leaves all the coaching to Gabe. He's being more of that dad role now. That more. He sits back and he observes the game. He'll get mad every now and then if I miss a layup or if I'm not being aggressive. But that's just him at the end of the day. I expect nothing less from him. But yeah, my dad's been great through this whole journey.
Is it hard for him?
I don't know if it's hard for him, but I think he really enjoys watching and coming to the games. So I think it's just enjoyment. He knows what we as a group can do better, and myself. So he at the end of the day, he just loves watching basketball. He'll do whatever it takes for us to just be better.
Is he still coaching?
No, he's not coaching. He's just being the. Yeah, he used to be a coach. He's a pretty good coach, but yeah, he's just being a dad to my brothers right now.
What's the biggest lesson he taught you about basketball?
Biggest lesson? I just always be myself. He's just told me, like, trust your work. I've done so much in my life to just not do what I know I can do and that he's seen me do. So just trust my work.
How many games is he able to come out for? Or has he been able to come out for this year?
I think he's been to every game but one.
Which one wasn't he able to?
Oh, FGCU. That was the one game he didn't come to. My mom and my little brother came to that one.
Jalen, ACC Rookie of the Week. How does it feel for you knowing that you and Bob are pretty sure the only Pitt teammates to win the award in the same season?
That's cool. I mentioned Bub. I mentioned to Bub about that. I was like, "You noticed that?" It was like, "Yeah, that's cool." I was like, "But yeah, we could forget that. We're really just trying to lock in and hone in and win right now."
Yeah, I know you're focusing on the game ahead of you, but does it kind of feel good to get that recognition knowing at the beginning of the season you were dealing with injury, kind of slower start?
Yeah, no doubt. It's always great getting recognition for your play. I feel like everybody would love that to get their work recognized, and that was I'm so grateful for it. I'm glad I achieved it, but hopefully more in the future. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter to me.
Zack, what have you seen out of Fetty? You know, he's had some good moments and some bad moments this year, and he's obviously trying to find his stride with you guys.
We just want Fed to be Fed. He gonna be him regardless. We gonna be behind him 1,000%. You know, anytime he do something bad, he do something good, we gonna be there for him. You know, that's our brother.
Jalen, you talked about studying film and being a basketball guru and being about that. Bub as I've also heard does a lot of this. Do you guys spend a lot of time together going over film? Do you guys do it on your own and then come together? How does that work with you two being freshmen?
We do a good job of watching it on each other's time. He'll go by himself. I'll do it another time. Then we'll come together and talk about it. Some days after a road trip, maybe if we are a late night game, I'll have the game on in my room, sit down for a little bit, watch some tape of our game or the other game. So we do a great job of just bouncing ideas and just saying what other teams do well and don't do.
Zack, I'm going to stay on the parental beat. They say on the broadcast a couple times about you wearing 55 for your mother. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody here has given you the opportunity to talk about that. Having her close to your heart while you play, just talk about why you decided to honor her that way.
Yeah, coming into college, my number before was 11, just because that was like August 11th, that's the day I was born. And then I just thought about like this whole process and her not being here with me and just how can I like play through her. And I just feel like choosing this number, you know, gives me so much inspiration and so much to fight for, you know. So that's the reason.
Thank you guys.